what are the best ways to manage to-do lists? Okay, so I thought that this was a really good question, and I think that regardless of how you do it, I'm not going to focus on that. You could use a piece of paper. I know people have used a 3x5 index card, and this was really neat. They used it because if it couldn't fit on there, then it was either too complicated or it wasn't actually a task. They had to be able to distill it down to that amount of information. It could be, an app like Todoist or Focuster. But the idea here that I want to talk about is how you use to-do lists and manage them, in the sense that I use mine, and I think this can work for a lot of people, as you put a lot of ideas in there. You come up with these tasks, right? It's the GTD, or getting things done idea of getting it out of your head and popping it into somewhere, okay? And again, to me, it's immaterial what actual app you use, so long as it works really well for you. And I certainly obviously have my recommendations, but you get that done. And then when you're doing your daily review and you're prioritizing and you're batching tasks, you then take that and transfer that. Either you're kind of doing a triage, like you're getting rid of the tasks that you can't do that day, that you're deleting because you added them, but you realize they're no longer important, or you're delegating them. Perhaps you're handing them off to an employee, you're handing it off to a partner, whatever that is. And you can do that inside of that same app, depending on how you set it up. Or again, if it's a piece of paper you carry around with you, maybe you transfer it over to your actual then like top 3 task list that you do for the day. But it's that idea of managing your task list and not letting it get out of control. Because if you have no workflow or framework for doing this, then a lot of times it can get out of control and you end up, with that like 100 item task list, which is meaningless because there's so much that, then it really means nothing to you. So I think getting that done and doing a little bit of triage, and again, I highly recommend doing that as part of your daily review. And then it's up to you. Do you need several layers? Do you need things like, hey, look at this in a month maybe, and come back to it? And if you do that once or twice, then after that, if it comes up again, you delete it. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, and it's finding out for yourself what works best.